Hey, my name is Fernie, and I'm so glad that you are joining me this week as we wrestle with a very important question. Is success measured in numbers? What do you think? So, back in 2012, I led the launch of a new worshiping community up in Chicago. We put together a really good worship team. We had a strong lineup of preachers. We raised the funds that we needed to support the ministry with, and we put together a really strong team of staff and volunteers to help lead. And all of that work paid off because on the day that we launched, we had over 200 people show up. Now, the church was buzzing with excitement as word spread that we had taken extra chairs out of the closet and that at one point there was standing room only. Obviously, it was a success, right? But was it? Looking back, we did some really amazing things through that ministry. People on our team were able to discern their calling and live into the passions that God had placed in their hearts. New friendships were built. A young adult ministry was launched, small groups began, people were baptized, kids were confirmed, funerals were celebrated, authors came and preached, tears were shed, smiles were smiled, and lives were given to Jesus. And yet, for the longest time, I saw that experience as a failure. See, after that first Sunday, we never exceeded 100 people in worship again. And in my mind, as long as we worshiped below 100, nothing else mattered. We'd fail. Now, that was the worst mistake I could have ever made. See, instead of focusing on how to better resource our small group leaders, which were taking off, I thought about having better bulletins, and I thought how they would convince people to stick around and come back the following. Instead of shedding light on the fact that every baptism and every confirmation and every funeral that we celebrated was a huge celebration, was a big deal, right? I was focused on figuring out why we didn't have more confirmands and more people getting baptized. Instead of helping our leaders become the best version of themselves, I was focused on why more people weren't stepping up to lead. See, I was focused on measuring success with numbers, in particular attendance. And I was so focused on that I missed out on all the good things that God was doing. And if I had just focused on those things, the things that God was doing, I would have seen that what was happening was actually pretty successful. Since then, this has been a passion of mine. Yes, numbers matter, I get it. But they can't be the only metric we use to gauge the success of our ministry. So here's my challenge for you. If you're in the process of assessing the effectiveness and the vitality of your ministry, if you're trying to figure out if what you are doing is working or not, then don't focus on numbers alone. Focus on how the Holy Spirit is moving through your ministry. Celebrate the ways in which God is doing something new, through you and among you. Pay attention to the way lives are being transformed. Keep an eye out for the way people are committing their lives to Jesus. And don't forget, all of these metrics matter because they also tell the story of vitality. They can tell us that ministry is vital, even if attendance is low. Now, if you need help with figuring out what these metrics can look like for you and in your context, reach out to me at coachingforhereandnow@gmail.com, and I would love to help you in whatever way that I can. Hey, as always, give them heaven.